I wanted to do this video just to tell you guys like how I got into student loan debt, how I'm tackling it, and any like advice I would give to people thinking about taking out student loans. So if you want to hear any of those things, just continue watching. Hey ladies, it's Maya, and on this channel I help women build confidence by being healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm gonna give you some background information on just me. So I went to a university, and actually I got a full ride to this school, meaning I didn't get everything for free. I didn't get like room and board, but my tuition was covered by a scholarship for people in a certain income. So my whole college experience, it was definitely me just overspending and not realizing that I was saving for my future. Because like I said, I had a scholarship that paid for everything, yet I still wound up graduating with $43,000 worth of student loan debt. So honestly, my student loans the biggest factor was me. I'm gonna take complete ownership. I took out money for a lifestyle. I took out money just to take out money. I didn't actually need it. And part of it was also just not knowing any better, because they don't tell you anything about student loans. They don't tell you like, hey, it's gonna take you a long time to pay this off, or yeah, they give you a little like questionnaire, like, do you understand that you're taking out this money? But I don't feel like it was really explained to me just what I was getting myself into. And I'm not one of those people to complain. I am not a victim. I'm someone, if I did something wrong, I'm like, okay, I made a mistake, I did that, so what do I need to do to fix it? So this isn't going to be a woe is me. I am not upset. Well, I am upset, but I will tell y'all that further along in the video. But I'm not upset at anyone. I'm not really angry. I'm passionate about paying this off, and I'm passionate about just sharing my experience, just to make sure that you have all of the information out there, because I felt like I didn't have all that information, and I would love to have someone to have shared this with me. So like I said, I went to a university. I didn't actually have to take out student loans. My tuition was paid for, and I could have tried to work and make the extra money to get room and board, but obviously I didn't do that. And my mom at the time, she didn't have the money, so I took out a student loan to pay for my housing. And looking back at it, that was probably one mistake. If we couldn't pay for my dorm, I probably should have stayed at home. I remember telling my mom that I would go to the community college in my local city, and my mom, she didn't have the college experience, and she also didn't know that student loans could be a bad thing. They are a bad thing. So she was like, no, I want you to have that college experience. So she kind of pushed me to go and to have that experience, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that I was able to go to the university that I went to. I made some great friends, and I don't take any of it back. Like I said, I would have just done things a little bit differently, but you can't time travel, right? I went to school and we took out loans for my housing. I was like, well, I need to focus on school. So my first semester, I didn't work either. So I definitely used some of those student loans to house or to fund my lifestyle. And that means going out to eat and just doing things with my friend, because obviously when you're 17, 18 years old, you're not thinking that you're taking out a loan that's going to have to be paid once you graduate. You're just like, oh, I just have this money. They're giving me this money, and I'm gonna spend it on McDonald's or like Chick-fil-A, Chicken Express. If you're in the DFW area, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I did. I funded my lifestyle, and then, you know, little old me thinking I'm big and bad. Well, I don't want to go back home after summer, so I'm going to stay in this college town, and I'm going to take summer classes and take out more loans, because the scholarship that I had, they did have some funding for summer, but it was on a need basis. I took summer classes just to get student loans, just to get the refund check. And I mean, I was getting like $5,000 a summer. Now, I was taking 15 hours every semester, so I was on the scale. I could have graduated a whole semester early just because of how fast I was taking classes. And I took stuff over the summer at my community college, so I saved money there. But I could have graduated quicker, but no. That's not what I did. I took summer classes because I wanted the money. I was broke. Without school, I had no money. And that's what everyone did. Like, everyone I knew took out summer aid. If I regret something, I do regret that, because that was totally not needed. I could have worked a job. I could have worked 2 jobs. I had a friend one time, she worked 3 jobs because she had a bill for the school and she had to make this money. But looking back, those student jobs, yeah, they're great and stuff like that, but they pay trash, okay? Like, I was getting paid like $7.25 thinking I was like making a lot of money when I could have been delivering pizza. I could have been doing so many things. And now in this age, there's like this Uber Eats. Like, as a college student, you could be making so much money. You could be making money on YouTube. I just wasn't doing that. I was getting paid my little minimum wage job, living off my student loans. And student loans, they're not supposed to be for your lifestyle. They're supposed to be for college, going to school, getting an education. Overall, I took out a lot of money during the summer, and it was all just to fund that. Another thing I did is I studied abroad, and I do not regret my study abroad experience. I feel like if you're in college, you should try to study abroad. I actually got most of my study abroad program funded through scholarships and just outside aid, but some of it wasn't covered, so I did use student loan for that as well. So looking back, again, I would have saved up for this or tried to get more scholarships, but it is what it is. I am mad at one person because when I started college, there was a thing called the Be On Time loan, and that's basically for people that graduated in 4 years, because at the time it was taking people longer to finish college. So I went to financial aid and I said, hey, I want to get the Be On Time loan because I know I'm one of those people that's going to graduate on time. At the time, I was a person that didn't ask too many questions, so I let this student worker tell me, you know what, you can't really get that one because you have the Pell Grant and that's a loan. You don't want to get a loan, you want to keep the Pell Grant. And really that was the wrong information. I could have got both, and I could have got some of my loans forgiving because I graduated in 4 years. So I am mad at that student, but again, it was on me. I should have asked more questions. I should have asked more people. I shouldn't have just taken advice from my peers, because at the end of the day, she was just a student worker. She didn't know what she was doing either. My peers were the one giving me advice. Oh, you don't have the money? Why don't you take out this aid? Why don't you go ask for this? Why don't you do the Parent Plus loan? Mind you, I would do the Parent Plus loan and my mom would get denied, and then they would give me the loan. Like, do you understand that? They say, hey, we can't give you this money, but let your parents apply, and if they get declined or they can't give it, then we'll give you the money. Doesn't that sound a little backwards? Like, shouldn't they have just given you the money at first? Now thinking back, it was a lot of just not knowing and taking advice from people that didn't know. So how did I get into student loans debt? Funding my lifestyle, taking summer aid when I didn't need to, not going back home and working a job like 40 hours, 50 hours, because again, you're only 18, 19. You have no responsibilities. Well, I didn't have any kids. Well, I don't have any kids. I didn't have anything. I could have just been working like a horse, like working how I work now back in the day. People are gonna tell you to take the student loans. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't sign for it. It's not a good thing. Like, I don't know that many people that would say student loans are a blessing. I can't think of one person that would say that. Most of my friends hate student loans. Some of my friends want to pay it back. Some of my friends said they're never going to pay it back, and that's their prerogative. Like I said, I'm one of those people, if I took it or if I signed for something, I'm going to get myself out of it. I'm just going to take the consequences and whatever I have to do, take the punishment and get it done, because that's what I like. I'm a go-getter. I'm a problem solver. I'm going to get it done, taken care of. So understand, student loans are not a blessing. Hopefully you ladies hear the message and what I'm trying to tell you, and if you have any questions, please ask me. Like, I would love to talk to you ladies about this information, because this is something that is hindering my future right now. I can't do the things I want to do because I have this $40,000 debt in the back of my mind all the time. Thank you for watching. Bye.